Generally, involuntary manslaughter is the unjustifiable, inexcusable, and unintentional killing of another human being without deliberation, premeditation, or malice. In addition, to be convicted of involuntary manslaughter, the prosecution must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that the defendant's unlawful act was the actual and proximate cause of another's death. But what if there are two proximate causes of death? Can a defendant still be liable for involuntary manslaughter? The North Carolina Court of Appeals addressed this issue in State v. Lane. In September of 1990, John Lane and his two cousins, Steve Coor and Rodney Coor, left Lane's home and walked to a nearby gas station to buy beer. While walking home, they ran into Gregory Linton, who was heavily intoxicated and staggering along a busy highway. As they approached Linton, the Coors told him to be careful. In response, Linton started swearing at them and making gestures. Lane then punched Linton near the head, and Linton fell to the pavement near the curb. Afterward, Lane and the Coors proceeded to walk home. Later in the evening, a police officer discovered Linton lying on the pavement near the curb. After concluding there was no sign of injury and that Linton was merely intoxicated, the officer took Linton into custody for public intoxication. The next day, Linton was transported to the hospital after he was found unconscious. 2 hours later, Linton died. An autopsy revealed no external injuries but extensive internal injuries, including a subdural hematoma, a swollen brain, and bruises. Further, in the medical examiner's opinion, although Linton suffered from chronic alcoholism, which is a pre-existing condition that made him more susceptible to brain swelling, Linton died from blunt force injury to the head. Subsequently, Lane was arrested and charged in State Superior Court with involuntary manslaughter. At trial, the prosecution presented its theory that Lane directly and proximately caused Linton's death. Following the prosecution's case in chief, Lane moved to dismiss the charges, arguing that the prosecution failed to prove that he proximately caused Linton's injuries. Specifically, Lane argued that the police were the primary cause of Linton's death because they took him into custody without seeking medical treatment in a timely manner. The court denied the motion and Lane was convicted. Lane then appealed to the North Carolina Court of Appeals.